Hey, comic book community, Longbox Love Affair here with my buddy Walter. It's been a while since he's made a cameo on this channel. It's been a while since I've done videos, and I'll have to be honest, I've been wondering, if I should even continue with videos. I haven't been buying a whole lot of comic books, and I'm just wondering if this is the end of the comic haul generation of YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that are doing like news upon news upon news that you can find online anywhere, and just recycling and recycling, or critiques or criticisms or negativity. That's not my game. I'm not interested in that. And frankly, just with me scaling back my comic book collecting, I've been thinking maybe haul videos aren't of interest anymore. I don't know. But you're here today, so thank you for watching. Maybe this is my last video ever? No, I don't think so. I can tell you that it will be my last video of 2024, and I will do CGC unboxings and things like that as they come in, but we know CGC is so backlogged. But I think haul videos, I'm really scaling back on what I'm buying, so I'm not sure how many haul videos I have in me in the future. Just full disclosure, I've actually stopped going to a lot of local cons, just have been trying to save some money, reallocating that money elsewhere. But today I have some big books to show you. Big books. Really excited. And in fact, I found a secret grail of mine. Actually, my buddy Sean, Query Comics, he found it for me because I told one person in my life, I told Sean a year or two ago, I was looking for this book, and I said, don't you hunt for it for yourself. If you find it, I want that book. And I found my secret grail. No one would guess what that book is, but it has a little bit of significance to me, so I can't wait to show you that at the very end of the video. But first, I want to get into some Black Friday comic book deals. All right, Walter's taking a snooze right against my leg, so I'm just going to try to not disturb him with these deals. So I went to New Jersey over the Thanksgiving weekend, and there is always a great Black Friday sale in Teaneck at A&S Comics. That's a store that I used to not have much luck finding things, but they have expanded their store. I think they've expanded their buying power, and there's always some great books on the wall. So they have a great from 8 to 9 o'clock on Black Friday. It is 40% off most everything. And I got in line. I was maybe 11th in line, and did a little tour around the store, looked at some books. I wasn't sure, but and I left. And as I'm walking to my car, just a few steps away from the front door, I'm like thinking, gosh, that'd be good. Those books were good for like 20% off. And I was like, wait a minute, it wasn't 20% off. It was 40% off. It was almost half off these books. And so in my mind, I had changed the percentage. So I ran back into the store and picked up some books. So one of the ones I picked up is this Adventure Comics 283. This is the first Phantom Zone. It's a Superman book. It is, I think it's the first Zod, potentially. I can't remember. I think it's Zod. And so it's a beat cover. It's a split cover. I haven't even opened this. It's brittle. I want to just, it's nice to have. And this is a book that you see like price guides posted or what have you, pictures of it. So it was $34, poor condition, 40% off, $20. $20 for this book. So I was like, I gotta pick it up. They had a whole bunch of old adventure comics, but this was the only one that piqued an interest for me. Also on the wall, a book that I've just casually looked for is a reprint trade of The Coming of Galactus. This is the book that compiles Fantastic Four 48, 49, and 50. I bought this for $12. So $20 listing price, $12 at the end of the day. I bought a second copy of Fantastic Four #6. Really nice copy. Some of them often have like bindery tears or what have you on the bottom, but this was listed for $85. I got it for $50, $51, and it is the first appearance of Annihilus and the birth of Franklin Richards. Another key book. A lot of people were specking on Annihilus back in the day. He's not made an appearance, but it's just a super cool Fantastic Four character. And hey, if the movies take off with Fantastic Four, then why not? Another book, I have this already in a higher condition, But for $75, Avengers number 9. Has a tear here, but 75 listing price. I bought it for $45 on Black Friday, 40% off. First appearance and death of Wonder Man. But Wonder Man's coming to MCU. A nice spec purchase if that character thrives. The first book I saw on the wall and thought about it is one that has always been of interest to me, and I'm not sure why, other than it's just one of those seminal key villain appearances. Tales of Suspense 50. First appearance of the Mandarin. So, early Iron Man book. It was listed at $175. I bought it for $105. So, I don't think you can buy this book for that price. So, that was A&S Comics in Teaneck, New Jersey. No, this is not far from Paramus, not far from New York City. And then I went to Zap Comics in Wayne. I always go there, but I often go, because I'm there the weekend of Thanksgiving, I miss their annual sale, which is the week prior. So I feel like most of their keys get pillaged at that sale. So I always get sort of the leftovers. But I did find a couple books that were interesting. On the wall, I got a nicer copy than I own of Walking Dead. Is this 50? Yeah. It is the Ryan Otley, Eric Larson variant cover. It's basically an alternate interpretation of The Walking Dead if it was like a zombie apocalypse. And this version of the character came back in that Image crossover series that they were doing, the anthology series a couple years ago. So it's a really cool cover. It's a wraparound. It's got Michonne on the back. This would be one that I would enjoy getting signed at some point. They labeled it as a 9.0. I think it's higher than that, but still really cool cover. This is a rarity. You don't see this book. It was more expensive back in the day. In the bins, I found Silver Sable 35. The final issue for $4. You never see this book, and on eBay it goes for like $20 or higher. Final issues are of interest to me. I like picking those up when I find them on the cheap. Another final issue is Magnus Robot Fighter number 64. I think they actually butchered the legacy of this character in the final issues of Magnus, but it was the end of the Valiant comic era one, the first era of Valiant Comics. So there you go. So Magnus 65. So those were the Black Friday deals. The other thing that's been happening lately is I picked up a collection about a month and a half ago from someone that I knew, a friend of a friend, and it was all like Marvel 90s stuff. I thought it would be older. I was kind of promised it to be a little older. It wasn't. But I paid like $150 for it, and it was higher than I wanted to pay. But I recouped my money and then some, selling sets of stuff and trying to move the boxes. But there were some goodies in there that I wanted to keep. A couple trade paperbacks, like the Captain Marvel saga, the Death of Captain Marvel saga, the Thanos saga there, and then the Dark Phoenix saga trade. But then there were some single issues that I decided to keep. And these are books that I don't have in my collection anymore. So X-Men 94, the Rogue Gambit Kiss. Picked this one up, or kept this one so far. Not near, well, it might be Nearman VF. And then was excited that this was the key book in the collection, Wolverine 88. So if this is the key book in the collection, it's not that big of a collection. Alas, they had a lot of random Wolverine books, a lot of X-Men, some Spider-Man, but generally just some sets of 90s books that are like dollar books, but if you package them all together, maybe someone's looking to complete a set. But this was a cool one to find. All right, what else have I been buying? I picked up this from Skeff on Whatnot. It is Uncanny X-Men, what is this, 239, the first cover appearance of Mr. Sinister, a 9.8 signed by Mark Silvestri, and I love the side signature. I love this book. I love the Inferno books. I don't have a 9.8. I do have a nice copy of one now, thanks to my friend Sean also picking that one up for me. But, just a nice Mark Silvestri signed book. I did have this on a 9.8 once, not signed, and I ended up selling it too early, and I'm mad I did. So it's nice to have this back in the collection and signed. All right, now to my secret Grail book. So my ultimate Grail was Amazing Spider-Man 15, big Spider-Man collector. This book is also a Spider-Man book. When I was a kid collecting comic books back in the day, getting started, I had this particular issue, but not the variant of it. And let me just show you what it is. So this is Spider-Man #1, UPC. This is a Walmart book. This is a hard to find second print, I believe, or UPC variant that they sold at Walmart apparently. And I was gifted this book as a kid, but not this version. I was gifted the regular version, this regular second print. And looking at the price guides, I saw this book was rare and had even then was expensive. And I, in my mind, was like, oh, I got that version, because I didn't really quite understand what variant covers were as a kid, just starting to collect. I mean, it's very confusing, right? You know, you have to be in the industry and be immersed in comics to really understand it. So I had always told myself that this was my book, but now, alas, you know, over the years you learn. But this is the rare second print newsstand, only at Walmart. This was at my friend Sean's comic book store that he works at in Portland, Oregon. And he got it in, and he messaged me and said they have it, and they have it for $400. And I was like, okay, what kind of condition is it in? This book is pristine. This is a 9.8 candidate. It is definitely a 9.6, probably a 9.8. I mean, I say that knocking on wood. This is exciting. This is super fun to have. And he got me a discount, so I paid about $300 for this book. Crazy deal for a book that is a 9.8, that if you look on eBay right now, the 9.8s sell for over $1,000. And this sort of caps out my Spider-Man collection. It has been on my list, my digital list, when I look in my notes section on my phone. This book is always in my mind, in my periphery. Whenever I see the long boxes and I'm hunting, I pull these out to see, is it the newsstand? And I've never talked about it on this video because I've never wanted to promote it. I want to find this book on my own. And while I didn't find it on my own, I had a little help from a friend, a really good friend. I was so happy that I had confided in him that I wanted this book. In an era of when I first started doing YouTube, I had some YouTubers that I would chat with a lot, and some of them were very cagey about telling me what they were hunting for because they don't want me hunting for it. And I sort of understand that, but I also want to like be transparent and open with friends. And when someone's withholding stuff from me, I'm like, I don't feel it there. I don't feel the vibe. I felt good enough with my friend Sean to tell him, and look what happened. He found it. He told me about it. He didn't keep it for himself. He passed it on to me, that deal. And this one is definitely at some point going to CGC. I might wait till it calms down a little bit, but this is a super rare newsstand. And it's a gold. If you can't see it, it's gold. It looks a little black in the camera here, but it's definitely a gold variant that they did for the second print, but it's the newsstand. Super hard to find. I don't know how many print run copies there are. If you know, feel free to put that in the comments down below. So there you go. That's my haul. That's my last haul of 2024. Is this my last of Long Box Love Affair? I don't know. Actually, leading up to doing comic book hauls, I'm like, oh, I gotta put something together and make it interesting. But doing it now is like, having not done this in a while, it's energizing. I enjoy chatting with you all, even though you're not exactly on the other side yet. You're just going to watch this in the replay. But let me know what you think of these books. Especially let me know if you even knew about this. Is this a secret out there? You can't really find them. I mean, there's very few on eBay. I've never seen this at a con, never seen this book in person, not even seen it on a wall. So this is like, I think in my mind, a crowning achievement, especially because there's a little nostalgia that when I was a kid, this was a book that I had been hunting for. I mean, I started collecting probably when I was 10 or 12, so maybe a little older. So I'm a kid of the 90s. I mean, I was born in 79, but I'm a kid of comic book collecting in the 90s. So yeah. Spider-Man from 1990, right? Yeah, Todd McFarlane, iconic. Thanks for watching. I hope all of you have a good holiday, whatever you celebrate. I hope you are well and your families are prospering. And I look forward to doing CGC unboxings at least. And if I have a group of comic books that I feel like it's fun to show off, or if I find a collection or a friend gives me some books, I'll certainly put a haul together and we'll go from there. But let me know. Talk to you soon and take care. All right, bye-bye.